All right, guys. So another day, another black man justifiably shot and killed by the police in America, and just another riot and protest ensuing afterwards, showing that our priorities are severely out of line, and hypocrisy is risen to a level that it is absolutely undeniable and unbelievable. What else is new in America, guys? This is the reality of the world that we live in. That every time there's a police shooting, regardless of, the circumstances, regardless of the evidence, regardless of the details, people are going to riot and protest in the streets and act a fool and throw a fit and continue to embarrass black people. Really, it is what it is, and I got a few takes on this that I think that I want to share. But before we get into that, my name is Greg Foreman, and you're watching a Black Conservative Perspective. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black Conservative Perspective, aka a liberal's worst nightmare. You can also follow me on Twitter at GForemanBCP. Let's get it. All right, guys. Obviously, you guys have probably already seen the video of the Philadelphia shooting where Mr. Walter Wallace was shot and killed by the police in an incident where he allegedly had a knife and he charged the officers with the knife. Again, this is all on video. I'm not going to attach the video because I don't want my video to be taken down, but the link to the video is in the description. But he charged the officers with a knife and the officers proceeded to shoot him, essentially ending the threat. Now, of course, this is caught on video. It was put on social media and everybody started going crazy, acting a fool, protesting like they always do. And nobody's using any real sound judgment because the leadership in the black community is terrible, to be quite honest with you. And this is why I feel the need to make videos like this, because we need better leadership. Our leadership has failed us time and time again. And every single time an incident like this happens, you see the same thing over and over again, and it's going nowhere. So here are some videos of the reactions that's been going on in Philadelphia and some of the protesting, rioting, and looting.
Us, right? Y'all supposed to protect us, right? Y'all kill one of us, right?
Y'all killed one of us. Y'all shot one of us tonight.
Us, right?
Fuck.
No! What the fuck are you here for? Cause you don't give a fuck. Fuck you. Don't say shit to me. I'm gonna talk my shit. Don't respond, bitch. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you, you coon ass black man. Fuck you. Every black person out here, fuck all y'all. I hope y'all get down. Fuck out of here. Y'all bitches. Y'all bitches, what y'all here for? What are y'all here for? What the fuck are you here for? Y'all don't even know. Y'all don't even know. Y'all following orders because y'all dickheads. Mindless. Fucking robots. What the fuck is you here for? You have no reason.
Now, this video of this woman cursing at the police officers and calling them coons, the black police officers, to me, it just goes to show that all of this is nothing but pure emotion. Nobody's using their head. Nobody's thinking logically about anything, because if your problem, what you say, is racism, then why are you upset with the black police officers in the police force? What are you upset about? Why are you upset with them and calling them coons and trying to denigrate them because they're police officers? If you're fighting racism, shouldn't you want more black police officers in your neighborhood if you claim that the police officers that are currently policing you are being racist? So why would you try to make a black police officer feel bad about being a police officer? It doesn't make sense. Or maybe it actually does make sense, because if you have more black police officers and that black police officer puts some hot lead in you, then you can protest about racism anymore. And you actually had to think about your own actions and what you did that led up to this. Now, obviously, I'm saying this from the perspective that I do feel that shooting was justified. I really do. If you charge the officers with a knife, what do you think is going to happen? Now, some people are saying, well, Mr. Wallace had a mental health issue and all that. And you know what? Like, here's the thing. A police officer cannot assess a person's mental health condition while they're being charged that with a knife. You got to understand that. You got to understand that this is real life. This isn't cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, la la world. And it just goes to show that when you listen to people talk about the incident, after the incident, and the things that they're saying, they don't know what they're talking about. People talking about should have shot him in the leg. You understand how hard it is to shoot somebody in the leg? The bullet ricochets off the ground, hits somebody else, an innocent bystander, in a house, on the street somewhere, and then all of a sudden you got an innocent person that's killed, that's not involved in the incident at all. Or if you miss, and then all of a sudden the officer is stabbed because you missed, because you tried to shoot him in the leg. Joe Biden said the same thing. These are people that's supposed to be making policy decisions, guys, that claim they have the answers. Again, these people live in cuckoo for Cocoa Puff la la world. They don't live in reality. And guys, you know me, I'm a very practical person. I really am. That's the way I approach all solutions. And to me, what I'm saying here is that every single time this happens, our so-called leadership, for example, Mr. Ben Crump here, always goes on Twitter and tries to play it up and just really starts talking a bunch of ignorant things because he makes money off this type of stuff. And you want to talk about people that are coons and sellouts. I mean, this dude is the biggest sellout. I mean, look at this. Benjamin Crump. He tweets this, and this got over 11,000 retweets. So Philadelphia cops fatally shoot Walter Wallace Jr. today, firing 10 plus times at him while he stood at least 10 feet away. Again, this dude's implying, he's already implying off the top of the head that it was unjustified. He's already implying it. Again, this man's an attorney. Okay. He allegedly had a knife, but the cops made no attempts at de-escalating the situation in this video. Again, he doesn't understand how de-escalation works. I mean, the only way you can de-escalate a situation when somebody's charging at you with a weapon is to stop the threat, which means you most likely have to use lethal force. Again, listen to the way he's framing this, guys. They went straight to killing Wallace in front of his loved ones. Exclamation point. The framing, guys. He's framing this as if it's unjustified just off the top. You want to talk about coons and sellout? This dude is a sellout, and he does this every single time. And this is supposed to be the leadership. This dude is supposed to be some type of civil rights attorney. When in reality, if stuff like this was not happening, he wouldn't make any money. He wouldn't make any money if stuff like this was happening. And that's what people got to start to understand about these whole situations. What is the incentive structure? These guys have an incentive to keep situations like this going. They have an incentive to tug at your heartstrings, to play with your emotions, to paint every single picture like this as some type of situation where a racist white cop goes out there and they killed a black man for literally no reason. And the reason why they do this is because if they can get the public on their side, they can get the public riled up. They feel like public opinion can help sway the cases in which they may get more money from civil suits. And that's how this stuff works. That's exactly how this stuff works. You know, it's funny to me because when the guy in Texas, Jonathan Price, was murdered by a police officer in Texas. Again, this is deep red Texas here, guys. And if you look at the videos from the actual protest, most of the people that was protesting were not even black.
Our street! Whose street? Our street! Whose street? Our street! Jonathan Price! Jonathan Price! Jonathan Price!
and those people were protesting peacefully. They weren't destroying their own communities. They weren't destroying their own cities. And this is a black man, guys, they're protesting for. Jonathan Price. Again, the officer, if you look at the officer, is white as he can be, right? The perfect scenario to make accusations of racism and to loot and riot in the streets and to go crazy. Don't get me wrong, there's some other parts of the country that did that. But the place where it actually happened, the people that protested peacefully. The police officer been charged with murder. He's in jail. He has $1 million bond. And justice is being served. Or at least the process of justice is being served. But see, you didn't hear anything about that from Black Lives Matter. You know why? Because Jonathan Price backed the blue. He supported police. He was pro-police. He had made Facebook posts about being pro-police before this unfortunate incident happened to him. And he was a positive contributor to the community. And he was in the act of doing something positive for the community when he unfortunately lost his life. And it just goes to show, anytime you contribute anything positive to the community, if something bad happens to you, nobody cares. Nobody cares. Again, think about the incentive structure, guys, that's being set up here. Think about it. The media didn't care about Jonathan Price. Nobody covered that. It was nothing exciting about it. He's not a criminal. He's actually a good person. He was actually somebody that was a positive contributor to society. And because of that, we don't care about those people. The only people we care about are the ones that on camera are charging police, putting police lives at danger, being criminals. You know, and I'm not saying this dude was a criminal, but he made a very stupid mistake, whether he had a mental health issue or not. That's not up for the police to assess at that point. If somebody's charging me with a knife, I'm not going to sit here and be like, does this guy have a mental health issue? No, that's not how it's going to work. I'm going to defend myself. But again, you can see the stark difference here, guys. It's not about black lives. It's only about certain black lives. And those certain black lives have to be people that are resisting arrest or negative contributors to the community or people with mental health illnesses. It has to be somebody that posed some type of threat or was resisting arrest or something like that in order for it to actually matter. Anybody else, it doesn't matter. The police officer, Harold Preston, out of Houston, who was responding to a similar incident, domestic violence incident, was shot in the head, killed. He was killed. Black man, killed, shot in the head, life taken away, about to retire. A great role model for the community, somebody that people should look up to. More young black men should try to be police officers, should try to police their own communities. They don't care when role models and black police officers get killed because, again, if you contribute anything positive to the black community, they don't care about your life. Your life doesn't matter, especially if you're a police officer. And again, you can see no protests. Nobody heard about it. The media didn't cover it. None of that. Again, this guy was responding to a domestic incident. Same type of thing in which he lost his life. And people want to get upset and mad when police use force in these incidents. Well, it's either my life or their life, right? Like that's what it comes down to in a lot of these incidences. And it just goes to show these people don't understand anything. They don't know anything. And that is all just emotion. Guys, did you know that Philadelphia has the second highest homicide rate among major U.S. cities? Second highest. Did you know that just a couple months ago, 7-year-old Zamar Jones was caught in a crossfire while playing on his porch in Philadelphia? Caught in a crossfire. 7-year-old boy shot in the head. Killed. Killed. And this is who he was killed by. This clown right here. These are your coons and sellouts, guys. This is your coon and your sellouts. Now imagine if those same people, that person that was like, you're killing us. You killed one of our own. You killed one of us. You killed one of us. Imagine if they did that every single time a clown like this kills somebody. And that's what really makes me upset. And I'm trying to stay calm because it's important to be calm and have a cool perspective when you're looking at stuff like this. But it makes me upset because our priorities are out of line. Our priorities are out of line at every single level of everything. We're focused on trying to have this race conversation that is a circular conversation that goes nowhere, that has no solution, when we really should be focusing on empowering ourselves economically. That's what we should be focused on. We should be focused on taking care of our own communities, cleaning up our own communities. And ultimately, at the end of the day, to me, that will lead to the change that these people say that they want. That's how it works. But ultimately, we all know that's never going to happen, because that requires actual self-accountability and taking personal responsibility for, your actions. So we know it'll never happen, but regardless, here we go. It's just another day in America. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.